Well, I'll take you quickly back to Abuja at that event which I heard earlier today. Well, there were assurances also for the president when all the issues of June 12 were brought to the table. And hear this from a leader of the All Progressives Congress, Bola Tinubu.
Thank you, Mr. President. We are with you. It's not a question of second term. You deserve it. We're going to work for it. No allotment of it. We are going to win with you. Thank you.
With that assurance coming from the leader of the APC, who is the former governor of Lagos anyway. So in Lagos, there is one man who's been a critic of this government, a senior advocate of Nigeria. He was also at the forefront of the struggle for Nigeria's democracy, Mr. Olisa Agbakoba. Well, when I asked him several questions relating to the June 12th, I did ask him that if the president did one thing, because he's one of those who say they're looking for fresh faces in 2019, and he did say that, well, the president has done well for their pronouncement on June 12th, but there's one thing he said, if the president does it, it will be a good candidate for 2019. Listen to Mr. Agbakoba.
I might think of him as a potentially presidential material to go forward if he does that. Now, but that's all it takes. That's all it takes. I mean, I've always wondered what the federal government is doing in education, roads, electricity, driver's license. I've always wondered. Police, they're overburdened and therefore inefficient, corrupt, and can't do anything.
So he was saying if the president federalized, he was saying if there is proper restructuring in Nigeria, the President Buhari might just be a good candidate for 2019. Let's get talking, everyone. Joining me in the studio here, he was one of those who were in prison at the time in the struggle for Nigeria's democracy. I did tell you a few days ago that we're bringing a whole lot of them on the program on China's television, so you get perspective on what really happened. It's 25 years, our time flies. Joining us perhaps for the first time, I'm hosting him on the program in Lagos, is Senator Shehu Sani. Thank you so much, Senator, for your time on the program tonight.
Thank you for having me.
How does this pronouncement of the president, perhaps the event of today, which happened in Abuja, the investiture, the honor to those who struggle for Nigeria's democracy, how does it come to you?
Well, it didn't come to me as a surprise because from all I know from history, President Muhammadu Buhari, as far back as 1994, he has always been a supporter of the restoration of the June 12th mandate. But what happened today with the investiture and also the apology is an appreciation of the struggle and the sacrifice and the service of Nigerians who laid down their lives, liberty in the struggle for freedom and for restoration of Chief MKO's mandate. But it is good for us to go a bit backwards and understand the morphology of June 12th in the last 25 years. You can categorize it into four. There is the election, then the annulment, then the struggle, and then the legacy. Now, the election was facilitated and run by the political class. But now the resistance, which was the struggle, it was the civil society, the trade union, the intelligentsia, and the progressive arm of the political class that fought to see that that mandate was kept alive for all these years. And now we have the legacy. In the last 20 years since the restoration of democracy in Nigeria, there have been a section of the civil society that consistently kept raising the issue in our national discourse that this should be respected, his mandate should be, and Abiola should be given the necessary recognition he deserves. And what happened today was the success of that struggle that has taken almost a quarter of a century.
When the president said at some point that he is now a convert, democratic convert, that is, are you today assured that that has actually happened? as a former general that he is?
Well, an award and from a government or a pronunciation does not make one a convert to democracy. There are principles, standards, and indices to which a democrat should conform itself to. And
but I mean, you did say that he apologized to the nation. I mean, that's a realization that there were wrongs that have been done in the past. I mean, is that a consciousness of the fact that it's a new dispensation that I've entered into for the president? Do you see that?
Yeah, the president's apology is on behalf of the whole country, not just to the family, but to everyone who voted for Abiola. But there is also the need for those who were who had a hand in that annulment to also apologize, and also the political class that betrayed Abiola, because right now the issue is at the front burner and everyone is celebrating it, but we know very well that in the last 25 years there were people who ate and drank with Abiola, and at the end of the day ended up betraying him. They abandoned him at his hour of need, they betrayed him, they sided with the military, they undermined and subverted the whole struggle. They are members of the defunct SDP at that time, not the SDP of today. So we know them. So at least this is a good time. Like he said, he has not opened an old wound. But what he has done actually is to heal the wound that has remained open for the past 25 years.
I've asked a few people about the decision of the president, whether or not it is political. For you, do you think it is political?
Yes, there are political motives to that. When you have such event taking place, when you have few months to the next election. But as Nigerians, as people who fought and struggled, we will take the gift and then reject the political motive attached to it. And when we are talking of 2019 elections, there are issues that this nation is confronted with on security, on infrastructure, and other issues that confront us as a nation. I think the government should be gauged on its ability to address these issues, not simply because Abiola is being recognized and also an apology is being given. But this is a significant step. He has been able to achieve what his predecessors have failed to do. And I'm very much satisfied, and we are grateful for that.
Senator Shehu Sani is here with us. Don't forget, he's a member of the ruling All Progressives Congress at the center. And you perhaps will be wondering how he's talking in this manner. Well, we'll be asking him more questions, especially in his home, Kaduna. That's after this break. Join us again, everyone.
The people of this country went to polls on Saturday, June 12, 1993, and without let or hindrance chose me as their president. Didn't they? Of Nigeria, through their democratic decision of June 12, 1993, expect me to assume the reins of government. Yes. I fully intend to keep that date with history. Yes. It is the people's voice that will be heard and will be heard and will be heard again.